Texas Senator Ted Cruz was on The View today, and he made the ladies look like such absolute fools. He caused an unhinged meltdown among audience members. Wait until you see this.
So what would some of your solutions be as a Republican to solve some of these things?
Well, you know, it's very simple. If you look at inflation, the Nobel laureate economist, Milton Friedman, explained in the United States inflation has one cause and one cause only. Inflation in the United States has one cause and one cause only, and that is when the federal government spends too much money.
Okay.
We have seen trillions and trillions of dollars spent by Joe Biden and the Democrats. Just last year, the federal government took in $4 trillion in tax revenues, the most money in history we've ever taken in. The problem is we spent nearly $7 trillion, and that's what
we do cover climate here, guys. We do cover climate.
Ladies, excuse us. Let us do our job. Let us do our job. We hear what you have to say, but you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta let us do our job.
They weren't even protesting you.
You gotta let us do our job.
I couldn't even hear what they were protesting.
Well, I take back what I said about the Yankees.
Thank you.
Yeah. They're accusing us of not covering climate change, and we do that almost. Well, at least they didn't
Well,
throw
I'm
tomatoes,
really glad you don't have a Van Gogh on the wall. That would have been a problem.
I'm really glad you don't have a Van Gogh on the wall. That was brilliant, right? He's, of course, referring to the utterly insane climate activists who've been going around to museums throughout Europe and vandalizing some priceless artworks. I mean, after all, you know, hey, who cares? They're just tokens of evil Western culture, so they should be destroyed, right? I mean, it's beyond absolutely disgusting. But as you can see, reason and logic and dispassionate discussions of facts, particularly in relation to inflation, not only leave the ladies at The View somewhat dumbfounded, but for their radical leftist audience, it just serves as another token of Western civilization, in this case, classical logic and rhetoric, to be spit upon and vandalized.
What do the Republicans stand for, and what is the Republican agenda?
It's very simple. I'll give you 3 words: jobs, freedom, and security. When it comes to jobs, listen, when you cut taxes, when you reduce regulations, when small businesses expand, you have lots and lots of jobs.
Under the Trump government still?
Sure, no, government has important roles, but let's be clear. Under the Trump administration, with Republican majorities in both houses, we had the lowest unemployment in 50 years. We had the lowest African-American unemployment
and the highest deficit in years
ever recorded. No, we're at $31 trillion now. So I agree the deficit. Listen, I've stood up to my own party a bunch of times, but when you've got poverty going down, we had the lowest African-American unemployment ever recorded, lowest Hispanic unemployment ever recorded. That's a big deal. And this election in November, I think, is going to be a tidal wave. I think Republicans are going to retake both houses. And the biggest reason, people at home are saying, okay, is my life better today than it was 2 years ago? And I think for the vast majority of Americans, the answer is no.
Oh, geez. Come on, guys.
Well, as you see, they had to cut to a commercial because once again, in the midst of providing a fact-based answer to a frankly silly objection about deficit spending, as if that were specific to Republicans, once again, audience members reportedly shouted, "F you, Ted Cruz," and other profanities, so they were forced to mute the sound and go to a commercial. But that's not even remotely all. Wait until you see this. But first, I'm so excited to gift each and every one of you with resources that'll help you stay informed with real news as we approach the midterms. Make sure you click on the link in the description below, because I have the most incredible free gift offer for you, a free guide that will dive deeper on how to stay up to date with my go-to news sources that will become your antidote to fake news this season. I've compiled 7 of my simple blueprints that'll help you destroy liberal culture in your daily life, and they're yours absolutely free. My gift to you, simply by clicking on the link below or going to drsteveblueprints.com. As if they were gluttons for punishment, the issue turned to election denial. And again, Cruz, being the extraordinary prosecutor that he is, didn't disappoint.
There are a lot of folks in the media that try to anytime a Republican is in front of a TV camera, try to say the election was fair and square and legitimate. You know who y'all don't do that to? You don't do it to Hillary Clinton, who stood up and said Trump stole the election.
They didn't storm the Capitol. They didn't try to kill my former
Abrams, who said that the election was stolen. They sat here and said it was illegitimate, and you guys were fine with it. Okay, so it's illegitimate when Republicans win, but not when Democrats win.
No, you know, here's the thing. We may not like when Republicans win, but we don't go and we don't storm. We don't try to change, but we'll go to we don't do that.
Did I miss an entire year of Antifa riots where cities across this country were burning and police cars were being firebombed?
I guess you did.
Your position is the left doesn't engage in violence? Really?
No, they wanted to noose our friend Mike Pence. Like, how do we make sense of that?
You just accused us of doing something we didn't do. You said Hillary Clinton didn't say whatever she didn't say. I'm saying to you, listen.
And she said it's sitting here, and you were fine with her saying it was illegitimate for Republicans to win.
She called Donald Trump the next morning, and she conceded the election, Ted.
Okay,
took the call. As did Stacey Abrams.
All right.
She sat there while Donald Trump was getting sworn in.
Hillary Clinton says Trump is an illegitimate president. Hillary Clinton says the election is stolen from you. Hillary Clinton in 2002, George W. Bush was selected, not elected. Joe Biden, Al Gore was elected president. So Joe Biden claims
just said
George
we don't
W. Bush
scream
is
at each
illegitimate.
other, right? Or is it just you that gets to scream?
Okay, no, I agree.
Okay, then lower your voice because we are very close to each other.
That was Ana Navarro admitting defeat. That was Ana Navarro throwing in the white towel, doing her own version of what the obnoxious protesters in the audience were doing. Cruz was doing absolutely nothing wrong. He was speaking like any other passionate guest, most particularly Whoopi Goldberg as a host. There was not even a hint of a decibel infraction on his part. What he was doing that Anna didn't like is he was absolutely and mercilessly ripping apart Democrat talking points for everyone who tunes into the sad spectacle known as The View each and every day to see. That's what she so despised. She was upset that the left's rank hypocrisy was being called out for all to see, but Cruz wasn't done.
And I know you come here to sell a book and try to pick a fight, but we're not going to do it today.
But Anna, then address the... Okay, you look at this January 6th committee, which I think is a kangaroo circus.
And then I got to go.
The chairman of the January 6th committee objected to a prior presidential election. Representative Raskin, the lead prosecutor for the impeachment, objected to a prior presidential election.
Have you ever heard
and
room
the absolute
full of
hypocrisy...
Democrats say this president, we don't like him, but we're not going to do our job. They did their job.
As the book described, the Department of Justice went after Trump.
Thanks for Senator Cruz.
When did Democrats say she was having a Kathy Newman moment, wasn't she?
And I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
gotcha.
You have got me. I'm trying to work that through.
That was Whoopi's version of that. Did you ever hear a room of Democrats say this president we don't like him, but we're not going to do our jobs. This is beyond parody. This is what The View peddles, and it actually passes as legitimate political discourse for people, some people, obviously. And all they could do in the end was just huff and puff. There was literally nothing left intellectually for any of those sad excuses for panelists to utter something even remotely like a rebuttal against Cruz. My hat's off to this guy. I've had my issues with Ted Cruz. A lot of criticism for this guy. But boy, when it comes to defending patriots and the Ultra MAGA movement against a bunch of angry, unhinged leftists, very, very few people are as confident and as steadfast as Ted Cruz. Well done, my friend. Well done. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on Liz Cheney finally losing it as her plan to divide the GOP fails and fails miserably. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on that link, and I will see you over there. God bless.